But with rain coming in tomorrow, I don't expect I see a lot more people outside.
Yeah, we're going to see probably a little bit more people tonight at Lake Ella for that food truck event. Lots of food going on. Tacos are going to be there. There's going to be the cupcakes, the normal things, right?
Yeah, just little things, just make you all enjoy life with all the food trucks coming on Thursday.
As we mentioned before, that rain's going to come in for tomorrow night's event, and it's going to come in between, let's say, 7 and midnight tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing right now. There is a 50% chance that it can be hit and miss no matter in each area, so make sure you stay tuned to us a little bit later to see where exactly in the area that might happen.
And planning out the rest of your weekend, Saturday and Sunday night are both going to look fantastic.
Oh, it's going to be some gorgeous weather. You're talking about for the football game, it's going to be nice and cool. I mean, you can wear shorts, sweater, and you'll be perfect.
Yeah, you're going to want, for those people that don't like the cooler weather, you're going to want an extra jacket, maybe some jeans.
Yes, yes indeed.
And for Sunday, we're going to go back up into the 80s towards the early parts of next week, but it's not going to be back towards 90s.
No, we're not going to see much of that, but we're going to take it over now with our overview.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, for us, the people like me who like the warmer weather, well, not looking like it's going to stay that way for now, but for tonight, we are going to stay quite warm. Looking at our satellite radar right now, we do not see much rainfall, so if you do have those outdoor plans or you going out to dinner, you'd be a great night to go out there. Before those clouds and that cold front come in, that will usher in those cooler temperatures. But like I said, right now, we are warmer right now. We're into the mid to upper 80s across the Tallahassee region, 88 in St. Mark's, even low 90s, 91 in Wilma. So again, it is humid. It is feeling summer-like, but conditions are going to change as we do move into the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, looking at our national view, this is the big picture right here. This is the thunderstorms associated with the cold front that will be pushing into our area. So the big weather headlines we want to talk about right now are it's one more chance of rain with that cold front, a sunny weekend though, beautiful temperatures for the game, and lows in the 40s. Now to tell us more about the severe weather threat, we'll head it back to the desk with the Double J's.
Yeah, Connor talked about that severe weather in the Midwest. And there's a couple of severe thunderstorm watch boxes that are out until 9 o'clock Central Time for basically from the Dallas-Fort Worth area all the way up into southern Illinois.
Yeah, I see a lot more wind and hail associated with the storms coming in as well.
Yeah, some of those locations in those watch boxes are Waco, Dallas, Tyler, McAllister, Fort Worth, Springfield, Illinois, St. Louis, and as well as most of southern Illinois.
Yeah, especially some areas more much as 3 to 4 inches of rain. So that's a lot of rain for that area too.
A lot of places had some flood watches out for southern Missouri earlier this week. So this is on top of that rainfall already. Yeah,
so that's going to be very dangerous. I see a lot more flood watches as well associated with that because that's very dangerous weather.
And there's already been some damage with some 70-mile-an-hour winds in some of those storms.
Yes, but for more of a local look around the area, let's take it over to Matthew.
Hello, guys. Yes, we have the big weather system coming in, and that's going to bring us down. The temperatures are going to be tumbling, so get those jackets out and get them ready. But as of now, we're kind of sitting in between two weather systems. We're coming off of what we had last weekend, and now we're just about ready to go into this cold front that's going to be impacting our area. But as for today, we saw a high around 87 and a low this morning around 66, which is about average, but also a far cry from the records that we saw in 1986 and 1984. Current conditions as you walk on outside, if you have an evening class or you're going out for some evening festivities, it's 86. It's 53% humidity and the winds are calm, so it doesn't feel all that bad out there. A little bit on the warm side, but that will be changing coming up shortly. Here's the radar, just a couple of spotty showers we saw down near the Panama City Beach area, but those are dissipating. And all this up here, this is just a little bit of ground clutter, so we're not seeing anything in the way of rain at the moment. Visible satellite, just a couple of puffy clouds that we saw today, but this will be changing. We see this over here that will be creeping into our area in a little while. Now let's zoom out a little bit onto the satellite, and as you can see, the peninsula is looking dry for the first time in a while. The peninsula has been getting plagued with rain for the past few days, at least last week, and now we turn our attention to this rainmaker right up here. This is the cold front. This is what's going to be bringing us some rain and some cooler weather later on in the weekend. Current temperatures, Tallahassee, you're checking in at 86, Monticello 87. The warm spot right now, Wilma at 91 degrees. And across the board, the temperatures are about the same. Futurecast is looking like this. Throughout the day tomorrow, it should be rather calm. And then tomorrow evening is when we'll start to see the rain showers pick up with that approaching cold front. Moving into Friday evening, this cold front will just be scooting by us, and we should be seeing that cooler air starting to get ushered in throughout the evening hours. Moving on to tonight, because tonight comes first, and we have to get through this warmer weather before we can get to the cooler weather. 71 degrees, it's a little mild, clear skies, calm winds, and then tomorrow things will be changing rather rapidly. 50% chance of rain. The evening time is when we'll be seeing those showers, and 88 is the high. We could be seeing some 90s in some areas, but we're going to wave goodbye to the 90s because they are heading on out of the area. And that brings us to the forecast that we all want to see, and that is our 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, we have the passing of the cold front, warm, not going to be too nice of a day, but then game day, Saturday, here at Doak Campbell Stadium. We're bringing on the cooler temperatures. It's going to be beautiful outside. Could see some areas in the lower 40s in parts of Tallahassee, and this cooler weather is going to be lasting through much of the week. Let's go ahead and send it over to Tawana with our southeast forecast.
Thank you, Matthew. Around our area, around the southeast area, it's relatively warm still feeling like summer. 86 here in Tallahassee, as well as in Orlando. Montgomery is sitting at 84, and Atlanta is 83. So southeast, still pretty warm, still holding on to summer just a little bit longer. Satellite and radar showing mostly clear, as Matthew was saying, from North Carolina through the Florida Peninsula. But if you peek on over to our west, Tupelo is starting to get those showers, those stronger thunderstorms. And that main line is moving through Oklahoma and Texas right now, and that'll be scooting right across to the East Coast from tonight and into tomorrow night and Saturday morning. So these big yellow boxes that you see draped across the middle of the country are thunderstorm warnings and watches. So little darker spots are where the strongest storms are, where the tornado watches are, and the lighter areas are just where the thunderstorm warnings, are. So Futurecast is showing where the dark reds are, the strongest storms, the light greens are some moisture and some showers associated. And as you watch it go through, you see by Friday afternoon, the rain is on our doorstep. And as Friday night rolls on through, you see the rain passes right by us. By Saturday morning, it's gone. Saturday afternoon for that game against Wake Forest at 3:30. Absolutely perfect conditions. Tonight we'll be sitting at 70 in Montgomery, 71 in Tallahassee, 67 in Atlanta, and 74 in Orlando. So a relatively cool and mild night for us to experience around the southeast. 65 will be the low in Little Rock and 63 in Shreveport. Tomorrow, holding on to summer for one more day. 89 will be the high with that chance of storms later on in the night. 91 will be the high in Orlando, and 90 will be the high in Miami. So still warm, nice and warm until that cold front moves through. What do you think about that cold, Jay and John?
Well, I think this cold is awfully gorgeous coming into the game on Saturday.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes it can bring in some severe weather.
Yeah, but not more like severe weather. But my train of thought just kind of left me there. But we want to give big congratulations to Matthew for his first time on the show. He did extremely well.
Yeah, and going back to weather, we're going all the way to the West Coast and all the way back more than 100 years, all the way to the Sacramento Valley.
Yeah, to stay in weather history, they saw severe winds, storms over Northern Carolina and Oregon, and saw some great crop damage as well.
Yeah, back in 1882, they had well over 70-mile-an-hour winds in Sacramento Valley.
Yeah, so it was very dangerous. And also in Georgia coast back in 1898, they saw a hurricane struck over the Georgia coast, washing away Campbell Island.
Yeah, this is the time of year where we're starting to get those closer to home type of hurricanes this time of year.
Yeah, but we're not seeing much hurricanes over our area. We saw a couple here and there, but never actually made landfall over in the U.S.
Yeah, but we do have about 2 months left of hurricane season, and there's plenty of time for tropical systems to get a little bit closer.
Yeah, but I mean, we haven't had a tropical storm actually come and hit us in a long time so far. So
yeah, it's been back towards Wilma?
Yeah, almost back almost 10 years ago. So that's the biggest hurricane we've seen in past 10 years.
Yeah, but keep in mind, some of those systems actually bring in some cooler air.
Yes, that's why we're happy for a lot more of the hurricanes that it does come in. It does bring cool air, a lot more tropical conditions.
But around the country, what's the weather going to be like?
Well, it's big stories all across the country. The biggest has been all the temperature differences over in the Midwest right now. You start seeing 70 in Dallas, 88 in New Orleans. Let me step out the way just a second to give you a little bit more about all the temperatures across the area. You're seeing 65 in Kansas City, 75 in Memphis, 86 in Tallahassee. All the temperatures are trying to become a big swing because of the cold front making its way area. You see just that. You see negative 12 in Memphis, negative 23 in Dallas, negative 13 in Kansas City. And you see right after that cold front, you start seeing a lot more of a drier spell over in Denver, 16 and 10 in Salt Lake City as well. A big temperature difference comes with this cold front that's associated with it. All associated with the cold front is a lot more rain in the area as well. You're seeing Kansas City is getting the big front of all the cold front. All the rain as well as Dallas. For Tallahassee, we're not seeing that just yet, but you'll be seeing that a little bit more in just a bit. For much of Florida, you're not seeing that cold front just yet, but that will start coming its way over to Tallahassee. So make sure you stay prepared for Friday. That's when you see the brunt of all the storms. And we're going to take a look at Dallas now to see what we're going to be expecting. There is a lot more storms over in Dallas and parts of Louisiana as well. That will make its way over to our area Friday. It can be a hit and miss. We're saying 50% chance of storms as well. Over in Seattle, they're seeing a lot more cold air start to make its way into the area. So they're not seeing nothing much of our storms that you're seeing right now in the Midwest. Like I point out in Minneapolis and in Kansas City, they are seeing a thunderstorm watch in effect as well as a flood watch as well. So they're seeing a lot more rain associated with the cold front that's coming in right now. And showing that again with Des Moines, they are seeing a lot more rain in the area as well. We're going to take it back over to our area one more time to show you we're not seeing storms just yet. But again, on Friday, we will be seeing storms kind of make its way into the area as well. And going back over to Seattle one more time, and parts of Portland, there's clouds make its way out the area, bringing some cooler temperatures and cooler storms as well. So across the area, it's just storms in the Midwest. And the big picture is storms in the Midwest will make its way over to Tallahassee going into tonight. But we'll take it back over to tonight one more time. Tonight, you're seeing 69 in Memphis, 76 in New Orleans, 71 in Tallahassee. For tomorrow, you're seeing 82 in Dallas, 88 in San Antonio, and 90 in New Orleans. But let's take it back to Paxton with more of a local look around the area.
Thanks, Jay. Well, currently it is 86 degrees, so we have those hotter temperatures in our area with a dew point of 70, so we are back in those 70s for those dew points, but that will not be sticking around for long, especially into this weekend when those dew points will drop to the 50s and perhaps even 40s, and the humidity will be much lower for us, which is fantastic. Currently it is 86 in Tallahassee, and Bainbridge it is 90, so we are having those warmer temperatures. We're getting back into the swing of the summer weather, even though it's fall. But like I said, this fall-like weather will be returning back to us in just a couple days, actually tomorrow night. So that's going to be fantastic, especially for the football game. Dew point 70 Tallahassee, upper 60s, low 70s across the region, showing us that there is some moisture present and making the feels like temperatures a little bit hotter than what we are used to. Satellite radar is showing that it is clear in our area, and up to the north you could see the cold front and its moisture and rain coming for us, and that will be bringing in some rain and moisture into our area as the days go on, especially into tomorrow and into tomorrow night. But good news is that moisture will not be sticking around for game day for us, so it's going to be nice and dry for us. Futurecast is showing that the rain will be coming tonight, tomorrow morning, and throughout the day tomorrow. So it'll probably be a good idea to bring your rain boots and umbrellas to class, especially if you have those morning and early afternoon classes. And that rain will dissipate as the night goes on, and once the passage of the cold front comes through our area, and it will bring in some cooler temperatures for us, cooler air, drier air as well. And this will continue throughout the whole weekend, which is fantastic. Tonight's going to have a mild evening in the low 70s. But if we go into the low temperatures for the weekend, we will be in the 40s actually. So that will be our first feeling of fall-like weather in our area. So we're going to need those sweaters and jeans and all of that, not the shorts like we've been wearing today. For tomorrow, it's going to be in the upper 80s. We're going to have that last day of summer-like weather for a couple days where we're almost in the 90s, 50% chance of showers as well. And going into the 7-day forecast, you can see that we have the 80s. And then for Saturday and Sunday, we have temperatures in 79, but it goes back up into the 80s. And like I said before, Sunday we do have that 47-degree temperature, and they will be continuing to rise back up again as we go into the middle of next week. But for now, we are going to hand this on over for more of the temperature change with Connor and Allie.
And thanks, Paxton. So, Allie from Cali. Speaking of which, they're receiving some warm temperatures.
They are. They're still over there in the triple digits. And I know we keep talking about that cold front, but they are not seeing it over there.
They are not. But then once that cold front passes, some places maybe wet snow.
That is true. Over in the northern Great Plains, they had abnormally high temperatures last week, but that will not be the story after that cold front passes.
No, some places in the northern plains going from around 97 degrees today to maxing out in the upper 40s to lower 50s.
Right. Most places are expecting a 20 to 30 degree temperature change, which is very, very drastic. So definitely going to have to change that wardrobe and bring out those winter clothes.
Yeah, the girls going to have to bring out the boots, and they're going to have to bring out the big jackets. And even here in Tallahassee, we're expecting quite a different temperature change.
We are just through Saturday, just a couple days away. I am not ready to see that 40 degree. I mean, even I know it's the upper 40s, but still to see a 4s.
It's too soon.
It's
just
yeah.
October. We're just trying to get into the Halloween spirit.
Right.
Not Christmas time yet. Not the holidays. Snowmen can wait. Pumpkins are the spirit right now.
Right, but it is going to be nice to cool off. I don't know how cool, but it will be nice to have a break from those 90-degree temperatures.
Yes, and it will. And tell us more about it. I believe that's what you're gonna do right now.
Yeah, we're gonna take it around Florida, but for now we are going to look at one of our traffic cams. Just as if our traffic cam works, we're gonna be taking a look at it. But for now, we will just move it on to around Florida. We will start by looking at our satellite. You can see there's really not too much going on right now. Just a little bit over in the panhandle. You can see a couple clouds over there, but we are sitting pretty nice for now. So enjoy that because those conditions will be changing as we move on, but I'll get to that later. So for now, our current conditions here in Tallahassee, we're at 86 degrees, 83 in Pensacola, 86 in Orlando, 86 in Tampa. So we are seeing the sun, just a couple clouds, but our temperatures are pretty nice for now. We cooled off in those 90s a little bit. Our dew points also not too bad. 72 in Orlando, 72 in Tampa, 69 over in Jacksonville, and 70 in Tallahassee. So we don't have too much moisture in the air, but as that cold front passes, we're going to see those clouds, see that moisture, and that's when the dew point will begin to raise. So the numbers aren't too bad for now, but the next couple days will be getting just slightly worse. We will keep moving to our water vapor, and this darker color is actually the dry air. So as you see those white and green colors start to come in, those are the clouds coming in from that cold front and that moisture coming into our area. So we will hopefully put this into motion, and we will not put this into motion. Let me step off screen for 1 second as I try to figure this out, just to look at our water vapor imagery. Okay, we're actually going to send it back to the desk with me and Connor for now. We are going to start to talk about some of our favorite foods, actually. So, Connor, tell me about your favorite food.
I love broccoli.
Really?
Broccoli. And you know what? Broccoli helps the seasonal allergies, Allie.
Does it?
Yes.
No way. Connor always tells me how he's going to go home and make broccoli, and I always tell him that he's crazy.
Put a little garlic powder on it, a little onion powder.
It is not my favorite. So I guess if I am going to be, working on my seasonal allergies, some foods that I would want to eat would be like some fruits like strawberries.
It's okay.
Maybe strawberries.
Okay.
Also walnuts. Walnuts are a good one.
They're a good one. That is it's an okay one.
Any others in mind?
I'm just thinking more broccoli is the way to go.
Okay,
the greens are great.
He's hooked on his broccoli over there, but we also have yogurt. Yogurt is a good food to help your seasonal allergies.
And fish. Not a huge fan of fish.
Right, but we do live in Florida, so I know a lot of people like to go out fishing. I know my family is a big big fisherman family.
You're a fisherman family. Look at that. Look at that, folks. Learning so much about new people
so
all
I
the
guess
time.
the rest of my family is going to be, having good allergies for now.
Good. No more allergies for the fall season. So I guess we got our technological advancements done, and so we're gonna go over to the John at the wall.
Y'all talked about the food, and I'm hungry now, but it's time to get back to the weather here. And there's a lot going on. There's plenty of storms going in from the Waco area all the way up into the Midwest, from Illinois into Missouri. They had that flooding there yesterday. This whole system is pushing off towards the east, and this is going to come down towards the southeast into the Appalachians into tomorrow. And we're going to talk about some sunny skies and passing showers tomorrow night. Again, if you've got plans tomorrow night, and we're going to work on some technical difficulties here, but we're going to talk some more weather here. There will be some more thunderstorms as we head into tomorrow evening, and then into early tomorrow morning. We're not going to have a whole lot of problems this weekend, but what we will have is some sunny skies, some cool weather, and a lot more to talk about here. And we're going to talk about that cooler weather, upper 40s, possibly mid 40s in some of our northern counties on Sunday morning, and then back into the 80s for early next week. And it's looking clear for most of the early parts of next week. And then we're going to talk about some severe weather, possibly again towards the middle part of next week for the middle parts of the country. That cooler air is really going to be the main story for our weekend forecast. And if you've got to head out onto the boat this weekend, it's going to be fantastic. And we're going to get to the weatherware right now. We're talking about conditions that are going to be, again, rainy on late tomorrow night, and then Saturday morning, we're going to talk about a light jacket with some cooler conditions again on Saturday for the game. You're going to want to bring that light jacket as we head into especially the end of the game, and then especially later on the day. Here's how it's looking for the next 5 days. We're going to start off tomorrow warm again tomorrow afternoon, and then heading back down into the upper 70s. This is the first time we've seen this, except for any sort of rainy conditions. We've had mostly 80s over the last couple weeks. And then here's the trouble spot, well, depending on your perspective, upper 40s in some spots, and then going back up into the low to mid 80s by Monday and Tuesday. If you've got to head out onto the boat, 1 to 2 foot seas tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, we're looking stormy for the coastal waters, 2 to 4 feet, with winds coming out of the southwest, turning to the northwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Now we're going to head back to the desk with some more weather stories for you all.
And thanks, John. And yeah, weather stories. Speaking of which, this weekend looks beautiful. Get out to enjoy the game. But in addition to the game, we have the FSU High and Fly Circus.
High and fly.
High and Fly.
The flying high circus, actually.
Vocabulary. Who needs it? But anyway,
Yeah.
I believe you are in the circus.
I am in the circus, and we have our Parents Weekend shows tomorrow. So we're going to have 3 shows tomorrow. It's going to be at 5 o'clock, at 7 o'clock, and at 9 o'clock. And the shows won't be too long. They'll be about 45 minutes, but...
You can get your weather forecast and see Allie flying through on trapeze at the circus.
Yes,
so.
I will be there tomorrow. I'll be doing the Mexican cloud swing. So, I mean, if you want to find out what that is, you should probably just come check it out.
I don't even know what that is, but I'm intrigued. So, definitely be a fun thing to do.
Yeah, there's going to be about 10 acts in the show tomorrow, and it's a lot of fun. So, you should definitely come on out and see us.
Everyone's dressed up in Halloween costumes, correct?
Not Halloween quite yet,
not
but
yet.
just typical show makeup.
Later
We'll still
on.
look crazy.
That's right. And tell us about more activities that we could do this weekend because of the great weather. Send out to Ulises at the wall.
All right, thanks, Connor. As we look at today's almanac, we actually got to 66 degrees. Very warm for this time of the year, actually above average. Even our high at 89 degrees. We struggle to hit that 90, so summer is still trying to make one final push into the Big Bend. You notice right now at this hour, 87 in St. Mark's, 83 in Carabel, even 90 already in Bainbridge. It's still sizzling out there, folks, but the weather will begin to change in the next 24 hours. The dew point's still on the muggy side, upper 60s to low 70s, with 74 in Apalachicola as the muggiest spot of them all. When we look at that satellite radar, finally the sun finally broke through after the last 6 or 7 days of cloudy and rainy weather. We finally saw some sun. That's excellent news, and also some of that heat came back with it, so that's why we almost approached 90 degrees throughout most of the Big Bend. But the real story as we expanded out into the southeastern United States in our satellite radar, You notice that frontal system over Texas extending into the Midwest, as Jonathan broke down earlier. Severe weather already breaking the central plains into the Great Lakes. And we're going to keep an eye on that as it pushes towards the east tonight over Mississippi and Alabama. Already some storms starting to flare up there. The rest of the Sunshine State, a couple of sprinkles here and there northeast of Orlando. But overall, very dry on the I-95 corridor all the way up to Washington, D.C., where the Nationals will play tomorrow. While we break down, as we look into the futurecast for the next 36 hours, that front will be affecting the Mississippi Valley later on this evening. By the time we go into our Friday morning especially, it will begin to sag its way throughout the southeastern United States. And by the time we go into the afternoon hours, it will be over us for rush hour. So just remember to give yourself some extra minutes when you drive back home as we start this weekend, especially as we begin to tailgate and party for the FSU game on Saturday. By the time we get into the evening hours, you'll begin to notice those winds beginning to change all throughout the area. Those northerly winds, temperatures will begin to fall. So if you're going to go to downtown Get Down tomorrow night, just remember to bring a jacket if you're really cold out there, if you're one of those cold-blooded people. When it comes to tonight's temperatures, however, it's still going to be warm, 71 degrees. It's going to be a warm night, so just remember you're going to notice that difference tonight and going into tomorrow night, especially Saturday night into Sunday. So if you're really enjoying even those morning lows, you're going to expect a difference. 88 degrees tomorrow afternoon, 50% chance of rain. Those storms will begin to invade by the time we get into the afternoon and evening, so 50% chance. Overall, the winds will be coming out of the west-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and the next 7 days, those temperatures tumble into the 40s. You're going to have those jackets ready and some of that yummy hot cocoa if you want to drink some of that stuff this weekend. But temperatures rebound very nicely into the 80s by next week. And now we're going to send it over to Allie and Connor.
Yes, it does look like we have a beautiful weekend in store for us. And what better way to spend the weekend than at Doak Campbell Stadium?
Football.
Yeah.
Go Noles.
Go Noles. Yeah, we have our game this weekend against Wake Forest at 3:30 here in Tallahassee.
I'm excited. Are you?
I am very, very excited.
Ready to do it. Ready to do it. 21 straight. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah, of course. Didn't know what you
Come
were
on,
getting
Allie,
at.
gotta
But
keep up with me here, okay? Thursday evening, but we got this.
Okay. So any tips you want to tell our viewers for football?
Make sure you move your car out of the parking lots just to be safe and be safe. Tailgating should be excellent weather.
Definitely good tailgating weather. Don't forget that the parking lot's open 5 hours before the game. So if you want to start tailgating, that is when to do it.
Yeah, we got it all day affair. We got
Apparently.
it. We got to sweat our nose. And make sure we get that weather output there too.
Yep, so for the weekend, it looks very, very nice highs of 79. Then those lows, you can see the cold front coming through and bringing our lows down to 47.
It's going to be a little chilly. You might need that hot cocoa just like we were told earlier in the newscast. But if you want to follow us on Twitter or Facebook, you can do that at twitter.com/FSU Weather.
And of course, you can always watch us on live stream at livestream.com/FSU Weather.
Always a fun time. So you can follow us and get us your evening weathers 5 days a week. So join us.
But for now, I'm student meteorologist Allie Brannan.
And I'm student meteorologist Connor Dacey, wishing you a great Thursday evening and a happy weekend.